morning, this is John from 2 Dozen Bees and Gardens. Today is September 6th. This is a continuation of the video that we started earlier. This is the weekend. We took a day of rest yesterday. We needed it. Today we're going to continue on building our raised beds, extending our raised bed gardening. As you might remember from a little bit ago for you, this was all weeds and Bermuda grass, and we spent the last about 8 weeks solarizing the ground to kill the weeds and the grass, and it's been pretty effective. I think Sarah went to go pick up a broad fork. We're just going to get right along this edge where the plastic was not down, just to kind of cover that and make sure the grass and the weeds are out of that, and I'll continue on. So we'll bring you along with us. I figured I'd bring you up to date. We've got the first bed sort of in. You can see we've got landscape fabric around. That's going to be covered with wood mulch. This edge we'll have to wait until we're done solarizing this section. Sarah's over there getting ready to put down the other end of this bed, and we're making progress. We're using these blocks that we got from Home Depot a number of years ago. We were planning to use them to make raised beds and never got around to it, so they've just been sitting in the workshop, and now we're finally getting to it. So it's been a work in progress for a while, but I'll update you again here in a minute. Well, this is where we're finishing for today. It's getting too hot out here. We try to get out in the mornings and get as much work done as we can before we call it a day. It's lunchtime anyway, and we got 2 beds in place. We have the landscape fabric down. This will be covered with wood mulch where you see the landscape fabric, and have our next row. Before we can get to the next one, this solarization patch will need to be pulled up, and we still have this one over here that we still need to get as well. Just as a reminder, this solarization process here was just me using the mower, my lawnmower, mowing down as close to the ground as I could. If you look, you can probably see the dead grass in there underneath. It's still dying. So we cut that down as low as we could, threw some water on it, covered the area with the clear plastic, and then covered the edges with wood mulch. And this section over here is a continuation. This was tilled and forked and tilled, and we're just waiting for this our next step. And occultation is the word I was trying to get to earlier. That's what we're kind of playing with the brown tarps over there. You can see we've got some garden soil sitting on top of it right now. Occultation is a different process normally used with silage tarps, but we'll get to that as well. But for now, at least we have some raised beds that are in place, and I'll start taking some of that soil and putting that into these beds after I kind of level them out a little bit more. And we're going to throw some manure, black cow, on top so that it has a chance to filter down through the soil, and then we'll be ready for maybe some fall planting here pretty quick. Anyway, this has been John from 2 Dozen Bees and Gardens, and I'm hot and sweaty, so I'm not going to show on camera here, but it's been a long day, and we'll catch you later.